Hey everybody, hey Titans, welcome to another live training on Friday. Every Friday we do this and we will keep doing this. And every time we will have a topic around business building, really. And it can be about marketing, about sales, about funnel building, about accountancy, about anything that is related to business building. And today we're going to talk about leads and more specifically the wrong leads or how we can avoid talking to the wrong leads because it's an important piece, right? It's an important piece because so many times we talk to the wrong people. So many times we spend a lot of time with people that we actually don't want to spend time with because we know they are not the best leads. They're actually the wrong leads. And hey, welcome if you're watching live. Please put a comment in here on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn and say hi, say who you are, where you're from, and what is your question about lead generation, because that is why we are doing these live trainings to help you out getting a better business, more sales, better marketing, more anything that can help build your business. So today is about getting better leads. Like I said, it's really a waste of time if we're talking to people that we don't need to talk to, people that either don't really have the money, the resources to get on board with us or to buy our product, our service, our programs, or people that are just curious about what we do but aren't really don't really have the intention to buy from us, right, or to get on board with us. So basically we're doing a lot of trouble, we're spending a lot of time to get these people on the phone with us, and then when they're on the phone with us, basically they just don't really they don't really are interested in our program, but are more interested in just talking to us or just want to be interesting. I don't know, but I don't like that kind of leads because that's just a waste of time. And we already have here a comment. I'm sorry if you're watching in YouTube or in Facebook, I cannot see your name, but what is the best email finder in your view? The email finder, and if you've oh yeah, okay. If you're talking about what is the best email that is connected to a specific lead, that's definitely a good question, right? Now, there are certain ways to generate those email address. Either you do it automatically with a scraper, which I'm not really a big fan of. That's more for cold emailing, I would say. Or you go, for instance, it depends really where your audience is. But if your audience would be on LinkedIn, many times they have their email really publicly available right there. And if you are talking to people on Instagram, for example, then it might be a good idea to check out their uh, website, for example, to see if they have an email. But honestly, it really depends on the method that you're using to generate leads, right? Like what we usually do, if it's not automated, if it's really manual, like social outreach is a big one for us. That's what we do all the time. And to get the best email is basically to share your calendar link, your link to book a call with you, right? That's where we want to get people to, because if they fill out that, then they will provide an email address that's actually viable. And then we put that email address in our email list so we can really follow up with email campaigns. So that is like more of the manual version, let's say, because in the end, and this is also the topic of today, we want to be talking to people that are really good leads. So if you think about automating email scraping or any other method that would generate those emails without them actually expressing some interest in what you do, usually those are not really the best leads per se, right? You will lose a lot of time, and a lot of these emails will indeed not be good. So you better go through connecting with these people, creating relationships, or sending them to a landing page where you can have your lead magnets and really making them sign up for the lead magnet with their best email, right? Every time that you can provide a value with your potential customer with good leads, then they will leave their email address on those pages. Either it's for a lead magnet, maybe it's for a workshop, maybe it's for a live training like this, if they had to sign up for sure. Or like you are in a Facebook group right now as well. You can also invite people in your own Facebook group and ask for their email address, right? So those are all the methods that you can use to gather really their emails in a more manual way. I know, right? But again, the purpose of this training is as well to explain that the more that you can talk to people that actually want to talk to you, the better it is, right? Cold emailing is something that you would start using once you have validated your offer, once you know exactly like, okay, this is what people want. I just don't want to spend that much time on doing the social outreach manually. So then I will start doing Facebook ads, which is what we do as well, right? Now, even through Facebook ads or through cold emailing, you will not always get the best emails from people. So like what we do, if we do Facebook ads, we get the email addresses. Well, we actually call the people, right? And again, we make them book a call with us if they're a right fit. And they have to give us their best email address. So even through cold emailing, if you do cold emailing and you want to get the real addresses from people, then you have to call them. If you get their address or you get their phone numbers, call them and make sure that you get the right information. Now, again, like it can be really frustrating. You're talking about getting their best email. I would say try to find the best prospects first. Try to find your audience first, the best leads first, because otherwise it's really getting frustrated if indeed these mails go to spam or if you keep talking to the wrong people, right? Because you waste a lot of time with this and you don't want to waste a lot of time. As a business owner, you want to make sure that the time that you invest in your business to grow is actually well spent. So the best way to spend your time is actually talking to the right people. So I always say that, first of all, so if you have found where your ideal customer is, ask good questions, right? So just a side note here. So somebody within Facebook. So your niche is e-com. And so some are already running ads. So how we approach them with a strong script? That's a good question. That's a really good question. The strong script, how should I say this? I don't really use the word script too much because a script would mean that you really are rambling off your whole script as a robot, and you don't want to do that again, right? So if you're approaching them through the phone, right, then use a framework. We use within technology, we always use frameworks if we want to talk to people. If it's through mail, if it's through the phone, if it's through social outreach, we always use a framework, right? And the framework contains these questions. So if you want to have a strong script, as you call it, I would say start with listing out all the questions that you want to ask them so you know as much information as you can. You have to qualify the leads. And again, this can be through email, this can be through phone calls, this can be through DMs, right? But ask the good questions. And the good questions means that you ask questions that are related to your offer. You want to build some rapport for sure, but you don't want to just spend, again, too much time on chit chat, right? You have to make sure that you know exactly what you need to know to qualify these leads. because maybe they saw your ad, like in our case, and this is a funny story. So we run ads to help people build their business within 60 days. We get people as leads through those ads that say to us, oh, I thought this was for a job offer or a job position, while it's clearly stated everywhere this is to help you build your business. So you will get even those kind of people, but you have to filter those out, right? You have to filter those out from the first moment that you get these people's information. Send them maybe a text message or send them an email already. Put those people in your email list and start bombarding them with questions in a way that you can gather the right kind of information. If you call them, make sure that you call the right questions. So, really, this is so, so, so important, right? You don't want to lose too much time on that. Gather intel on your scheduling form. And this is a way that we also try to filter as much as we can. If we're sending out email campaigns to people, we ask them to sign up for a call with me, for example, or through DMs, we ask them to sign up for a call with me. On the form that we give them for the call, again, we ask those questions. We ask specific questions to make sure that if people are not serious about this, they will not answer those questions. And we make sure that we make these questions required so they cannot skip and just say, yeah, I will just have a talk with Stefan and I will see. Maybe it's for me, maybe it's not for me. But I don't want that, really. I don't want that. I want people on my list. Like, I want people on my schedule that really want to talk with me and that are serious about this. So this is really an extra step that you can incorporate to filter out these people that are just going to waste your time, right? So I hope this already answered a little bit of your questions. So if you need more information about what we use in terms of questions, in terms of framework, please send me a DM and I will give you more information about that. And this is also part of what we do for sure, right? But let me ask you, like, what do you feel like? Do you feel like you get the right leads on your list or on the phone, on your calendar, or do you feel like they're all bad leads? What is your experience, right? Put it in comments and let's talk about that as well, because I want this to be as interactive as I can and see if I can help you as much as I can. Anyway, so the next thing is what I just told you is once you get them on the call with you, make sure that these intro calls are short. So if they have gone through the process, you have done the DMs, the email campaigns, the ads, whatever, and you get them on those intro calls, use those intro calls as filters again, right? So make sure that during those discovery calls, as we call them, you ask more questions. Yeah, I know it sounds a little bit always the same, but that's the way it is. If you don't ask those questions, you will not know if they qualify. We always also say, like, keep these calls to 15 to 30 minutes maximum to already limit the time that they can get from you, right? Within 15 minutes, you should already know if they are good leads or not, right? That's what you should know. If they are not good leads, then you will thank them for getting on the phone with you and you politely end the call. If they are good leads, then you have a choice to make to either get into a sales presentation or to schedule another call with them on a next date that you determine, right? So that is definitely also important here. And for me, if you get these people on an intro call and they are good leads, then I want them to get into more of a decision mindset, because shifting within the same call, within the intro call, shifting from the intel into actually and like shifting from the intel, the coaching, and being a trusted advisor into doing sales actually is not easy. Not easy for you as a business owner or as a salesperson, but also not easy for your potential customer to get into the next mindset being having to make a decision. But anyway, like this is really about making sure that you talk to the right kind of leads, right? So again, to recap a little bit, what we have talked about is if you want to find your ideal customer, again, make sure that you know where they are, right? If it's on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever it is, make sure that you know. Make sure that once you have contacted them, that you ask the right questions. I say three pre-qualifying questions once you start DMing them. If you get them on the phone, make sure that you don't have a script, but you have a framework which has a list of questions that you can ask to qualify them, right? And yeah, also once you send them the scheduling link to get that call going, make sure that also on that form that you have to schedule a call, that you also have those questions, extra questions. Really ask them like, okay, I ask, for example, are you serious? Are you ready to invest in yourself and your company? And this is a required question, and they have to say yes or no. If they say yes, good. If they say no, then I might send them a message back, like asking, like, do you really want to get on this phone call? Because if you don't want to invest in yourself, why are we having this conversation, right? So you can add other questions as well, but this is really the idea behind this. Okay. So, and then hopefully you will spend more time with your ideal customers. Good. This was it a little bit for this small, short live training. Thank you for everybody that was live here. I hope I answered your questions more or less. If you have more questions, please do reach out to me. You will know where to find me in the group here or on technology.world. Don't hesitate to follow us everywhere. Don't hesitate to jump on the Titans community. We will be very happy to see you there and also to help you move forward within your business. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thank you very much, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.